cut vegetables like a bitch.
So did any of you watch The Bear on Hulu?
This is your brother's house. I was running it fine without you.
Why didn't he leave it to you then?
Created by Christopher Storer, The Bear is an American comedy drama series that premiered on Hulu this past summer. We were immediately grabbed by the powerful and very fast-paced storytelling. It's about a young chef from the fine dining world returning to his Chicago hometown to run his family's sandwich shop. The show is as much about food and a struggling kitchen as it is about the potential to bring out the best in people despite any challenges and circumstances. It also feels like a direct homage to the hardworking people of the city, not to mention the amazing food that makes Chicago so great. Hello everybody! So this afternoon we're in the Avondale neighborhood and we're actually going to a place called the Loaf Lounge, which is actually very famous for a chocolate cake they made for the show The Bear. I don't know if you guys watched that. It's a pretty good show. It's a really nice cake. And today we're gonna go grab a slice and let's go check out the place. Aside from a variety of sandwiches and great pastries, you can get the same decadent slice of chocolate cake that Marcus, the pastry chef of the show, prepared. It's a cake that matches the hype. $7.50 per slice, but well worth it if you ask me. That looks very decadent.
Oh, they did.
And you can see like the different layer, like different chocolate for the inside layers and for the outside. So
Well, I just saw that. Well, that was like a chocolate
there you go. You guys smell?
It's gonna have to wait a while to eat it.
I'm glad he's not really fast now, so we can't grab it. But
Yeah.
Is it rich?
so yeah, it's very good. Let me try the. I guess this is like a different. It has like a hint of dark chocolate.
I brought it.
Yeah.
Get a bite. So what did you get here? Labneh.
Yeah, it was a labneh satar morning bun. All right. Okay. I think this is a good, kind of like a cinnamon roll, but not. The labneh I can't taste too much, maybe because the satar is a little bit stronger, but it's good. If you like a savory type of pastry in the morning, this goes really well with, I guess, like a juice. It's very good, very good.
It's very lemony. That's mostly what I taste. It's very cheesy. That's good. Really good.
Yeah, I need some milk.
It's kind of brownish a little bit.
So now we're on our way to Mr. Beef. Mr. Beef is on Orleans Street, and there's some traffic, but that's normal for Chicago.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can pick up a really nice treat. Inside one? It was cool to remember all the iconic scenes of the show when we stopped by this no-frills sandwich shop. Because Mr. Beef is not just a setting for the popular drama, but it's been serving locals since 1979. It was one of the only Italian beef stands in the downtown area, and that hasn't changed much since then. When you're inside, it's easy to picture that back and forth between Richie and Sydney and the rest of the characters. Even the dining room area is there, and it was actually pretty full while we were ordering.
All right, so we got the goods. I'm excited to try this.
I'm excited.
That place was cool. We should go to eat there, to actually eat there.
Yeah, when
The-
it's not
the
as
day-
cold or as full.
Yeah. And Nico's also sleeping, so we want to be mindful of that. Oh. It's funny because it's usually the camera eats first and then we eat. But now it's like Nico eats first, then the camera eats, then we eat. So because Nabal is feeding Nico, we're gonna take turns.
Yeah.
That way the food doesn't get cold. So here's the sandwich. I asked for sweet peppers because, you know, guys know we don't do really good with anything spicy. And I got the jus on the side so it travels well. Otherwise this would be an epic mess. I'm not a huge fan of peppers, but I'm sorry. So I'll just drizzle a little bit on top.
Not having deal.
So this is actually the combination. Oh my god, that's spicy.
Really?
So much for not ordering spicy peppers. I think the sausage is spicy. This is really good. I just wanted to get something different, not just like the Italian beef. I've never had a combination like this. I think this is an Italian sausage. Ah, it's spicy.
The baby grunts.
The baby runs. So if you guys watch the show, tell us about what was your favorite part about the show. I really like the interaction between Marcus and Sydney. I don't know, and her whole, Sydney's character was really cool because she was like the very strong female character and she was kind of influencing everybody a little bit, so it was pretty cool. What was your favorite part?
I think my favorite part was when Carmine actually did that speech when he went to Alcoholics Anonymous.
My brother can make you feel confident in yourself. You know, like when I was a kid, if I was nervous, I was scared, I wouldn't want to do something, he'd always tell me to just face it. You know, get it over with. He would always say, stupid. He would always say, let it rip.
That was really cool, and just seemed like everybody's interactions with it.
Yeah.
Really good show.
It's a really good writing too. Like, as a writer, I'm super jealous of it. It's like amazing. I also had to get a cannoli because in the show they would always have like some kind of dessert as part of the menu. And when I went there, they had cannolis, so.
Gotta get it going.
I think Nabal's gonna like this one because she doesn't like. Usually the feeling can be a little bit grainy, but this one's not at all. So.
Switch! So yeah, the bear and its food. It's just classic Chicago food. I mean, it's a classic Chicago diner show, right? Italian beef combination with the sausage, which is interesting. I've never had it, Maria never had it. So I'm excited to try that. And yeah, just to talk a little bit about the show, it was stressful. Just watching what was going on behind that kitchen was stressful. It definitely turned me off to working in a kitchen.
Or owning a restaurant.
Yeah, or owning a restaurant, because oh my goodness, like the stuff that Carmine went through, good lord, I wouldn't be able to do it, but I'm glad they were able to come up with a really good classic sandwich, which I'm gonna dig into now. So let's start with the, you know what, I'm gonna start with the classic. So yeah, as Maria said, we didn't get it the traditional way, which is like wet, because we were traveling back and by the time we get back here it'd be mush, so we opted for a dry version. So when you go order one you want it dry, just say like, hey, I want Italian beef dry.
Unless you're eating it there.
Yeah, unless you're eating it there, and then yeah, definitely get it dunked. So we got the jus on the side, and I'm gonna pour some in, 'cause that's the way to go. Now I'm gonna take a bite. The thinly sliced beef is just really delicious, especially with the jus. It gives it that really nice touch, right? Because it adds juice. So, but now this one, I've never had an Italian combination like this, sausage and beef. Wow. So there you go, beef and sausage. Looks good. Let's have a bite. The sausage is slightly spicy, but it's good. Thing is, I think some of the elements get a little bit lost because you have beef and sausage, and it's like they're competing. But let me move on and let me try the cake, because the cake was another thing on the show where Marcus, he was trying different things, right? And one of the things he did was that chocolate cake, and I know I tried it before. It was really good. The place was kind of loud, and there was a lot of people staring, so it was hard for me to kind of like describe it. Maybe here at home I can do a bit better. So let me try the cake now. Yeah, I tried it, and it's pretty moist. I like the chocolate they use. It seems like they use two different chocolates, like one for the inner, right, the inner portions, and then one for the outer portions. For me, when I tasted it there, it kind of tasted like it had some elements of dark chocolate, right? So
Maybe to intensify the flavor.
it's really good. You can't go wrong. Talking about that cake, so that journey that Marcus went on, like learning and wanting to do this, that I can identify with that, wanting to kind of like get out of your comfort zone, try something new, and he did it, right? He did it.
I think overall the show kind of speaks to the people in Chicago, how they are really hardworking and, you know.
That determination, right?
Yeah.
Having determination to succeed at all costs, right? And I really did like the show, even though it's not something that I normally watch, because drama stresses me out. That's why I tend to watch more comedy, sci-fi, fantasy stuff, because real life stresses me out. So, but yeah, it was a good show. I like that it had a good payoff at the end. I don't think it needs a second season. I think it ended well for me there. I mean, let us know what you guys think. Do you guys think it needed a second season, or do you expect a second season? I hope they don't. I hope they do another story in another kitchen, right? Just to see other characters. Because for me, it ended well there. But on that note, let's end with the cannoli. As Maria said, I'm not a super huge fan of cannolis. The reason for that being is a lot of the cannolis I've tasted have this like grainy texture in the ricotta. So Maria says this one doesn't have that, so let's see.
It does not, right?
You were right. It doesn't have that grainy texture.
I think they whipped it or something.
Wow, the ricotta on the inside is very smooth. Like, that's the part that usually turns me off on cannolis, is sometimes it'll be kind of grainy. I'm like, but this, wow. That's pretty good. Get your Italian beef and then get the cannoli, because you can get those two at the same place. The cake, you have to go somewhere else. Definitely get the cannoli and Italian beef sandwich. Wow. Yeah, it was great, guys. And let us know what you guys thought of the show. What do you guys think of this food? Would you come to Chicago and have an Italian beef sandwich? And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.